So I haven't practiced this very much. I finished it last night. Thank you, Mum and Chantel, for proofreading. While Jess was unaware. So yeah, in case you don't know me, I'm Kelly, Jess's older sister by 3 years, just so we can clear that up now. Well, Jess, I can't believe the day is here, finally. You're married. You've grown up so quickly and blossomed into such a beautiful young woman. I still remember putting a backpack on you and pretending we were off to grade 1 like a big girl. I remember you hanging out with my friends in primary school because sometimes yours weren't so nice. Teaching you how to shave your legs with a real razor and not a toothbrush. Lying upside down on the couch, watching TV in nothing but our underwear. Fighting over who got the bottom bunk in the bunk bed and eventually having to resort to alternating every night. Those seemingly endless school holidays playing Barbies, watching Disney movies, and arranging the presents under the Christmas tree yet again. I can't believe how quickly you've grown into such a beautiful, confident, mature young woman. And it's especially evident today being such a stunning vision in white, or ivory to be exact. Yeah, we might just do a quick toast to Jess.
Jess, your secrets are your own from now.
So throughout my life, I've actually been confused with Jess more often than you might think. Mostly people just who we haven't seen in a while, but on the odd occasion, especially when Jess went through a brunette phase. It was the hairdresser, the dentist, and even some extended family who got our names confused. Naturally, I developed a knack for answering to that name that was not my own, and just going along with it and pretending like nothing's happened. But I didn't mind too much because there's no one else I'd rather be confused with. Even when people say I look a little bit like Natalie Portman. Jess is such an inspiration. She's the brightest, kindest, cutest person I know. You astound me every day with your maturity and decision-making skills, and the way you point people to God when they come to you for advice and honour Him through your relationships with others. Making you cry yet?
Yeah.
Good. Stephen, you've got yourself a catch. I know you take great care of her, but always know that if you don't, I'll release Jazz, Sam and Shanti on you. I'm grateful every day that I grew up with a little sister, thanks Mum and Dad. And I'm glad I don't remember the first 3 years of my life because I can't remember a world without you in it. I see people fight with their sisters all the time, but I'm so thankful to have a sister with whom I'm so close with. And I can tell them that we hardly ever fight, even though we fought over the bunk bed when we were younger. Yeah, and I can say that you really are the best friend I could ever have. Stephen, I feel like you're fairly aware of how clumsy, forgetful and messy Jess is. Please help her always to remember where her phone and keys are. When she was little, Dad mentioned this before, but when she was little her school uniforms only lasted half as long as mine, because I was the clean, neat one. She was always coming home dirty, and I'm sure she believed the purpose of a shirt was to always wipe one's hands on. And yeah, as Dad mentioned before, one day after school we did empty out Jess's shoes and there was more than a cup full of sand in a Ziploc bag. And need we bring up the time that there was a crab in your shoe? Sometimes I think that she's grown out of it, but every now and then I'm reminded that she's still our messy Jessie. Like that time she was making chocolate mousse, and she didn't realise that she kept putting the bowl under the automatic soap dispenser. Luckily we realised before anyone one more messy story. I think she knows. She actually thought of this and said, Kelly, you should put that in your speech. And I thought, well, it's already in there. Yeah, so I helped a lot with making the wedding invitations, but probably my most... But they told me to do this.
They won't believe this. This is so wacky.
My most important job probably out of the whole wedding preparation was to tie the little bows of lace on each one of your wedding invitations. So you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed them. It took quite a while to get them perfect, just so you know. But when we were assembling them all, we had quite a system going. We had all the different elements, there were quite a lot, spread out all over the table. It was a fairly hot day, so Jess decided we should have a couple of glasses of lemonade. So she got us a glassful each, placed them on the table right in the middle of all the invitations, and me, knowing what Jess was like, immediately saw disaster in the making. So I said, no, put the glasses down on the floor where they can't spill over all of the invitations. Despite Jess telling me that she's a responsible adult now and she won't spill her glass of drink. So as we kept going, with Jess cutting up all the little lengths of lace and me tying them perfectly into little bows, I heard a gasp. She had knocked the whole entire pile of lace off the table, and where did it land? Right in her glass of lemonade. She probably couldn't have done that again if she tried. So if you were wondering why any of them were a bit sticky, that's why. Some of you are probably unaware before today, that Jess would probably be close to deaf if it wasn't for 8 rounds of surgery on her ears. Her hearing, are you going to cry again? Her hearing now is perfect, and we have ENT Dr. Hodge to thank for that. Growing up for her was frustrating at times, not being able to hear her school teachers in class, I'm sorry. Missing parts in some conversations and missing the ends of jokes. Never being able to go underwater in the pool at the Chippendales. We had to adjust the rules of Marco Polo so that when Jess was we weren't allowed to go underwater because she wasn't allowed to. Mum and Dad had to teach her to say pardon rather than what. And it was frustrating for me too sometimes. I would be down one end of the hallway screaming her name because she couldn't hear me, trying to get her attention. But I quickly realised that she was much better at hearing high-pitched sounds. So I have a whistle for her. It's not because I treat her like a puppy, because we never had one. And as much as we fantasize that we're not trying to be the Von Trapp family. Stephen, although her hearing is a million times better, I feel like I should just check that you know the whistle, so in case you ever need to use it and find it hard to get her attention. Do you know the whistle? Can you do that? No, it's mine. So if anyone's heard me doing that today, that's why I'm trying to get her attention. So that's my present to you. The whistle, in case you're ever in the shops or anything and you're trying to get her attention. That's how you get her attention. I really enjoyed getting to know Stephen over the time he and Jess would be together. At first it was more like, who is this kid and what does he think he's doing taking my baby sister away from me? But I couldn't imagine a better match for Jess. Unless there was another manlier version of you who still had hair on his legs. Thank you for letting me and Jess finish that off. Yeah, seriously though, you're such a sweet, kind, generous, and funny guy. I always thought it would be cool to have a brother, and now I'm excited that as of today, I do. I'm looking forward to having you guys living just down the road from me, and for cooking me dinner every night.
Jess is cooking, it's okay.
Yes, and just to wrap up, I'm incredibly proud of the both of you. and I'm excited to watch you embark on this new stage of your life together. I hope you had an absolute blast today and everything was as perfect as you hoped it would be. And I'll see you for dinner on Wednesday.